Welcome to my channel. I hope you like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful baby blanket with border. You can make it for boys and girls. Now, the stitch that I used to make this baby blanket is the Crystal Waves Crochet Stitch pattern. It's a beautiful stitch and super easy to make, so I hope you like it. Now, as always, if you prefer a written pattern, check out my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to my Etsy shop in the information box below. Thanks so much for your support. Now, to make this baby blanket, this is the yarn that I used. For the main color, I used Style Craft Special Aran. I used about 730 grams in this color, and then for the border, I used this yarn here. It's also Aran weight yarn. I used about 130 grams in the second color. Now, you can also use any yarn weight with any hook size. The important thing is the stitch multiple, and you can make it smaller and bigger. At the end of the video, I leave you the finished size measurement, so be sure to check that out. Okay, let's get started, but don't forget to subscribe, activate the notifications bell to all notifications so that YouTube can recommend my videos. And if you like this tutorial, please hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, to make this Crystal Waves Crochet Baby Blanket, I'll be using this 4.5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this Aran weight yarn. At the beginning of the video, I showed you the yarn that I'm using, and I told you how much yarn I used for my baby blanket. Now, you can also use any yarn weight with any hook size. The important thing is the stitch multiple. Now, the stitch multiple to this pattern is multiples of 4. So here, to begin, I have 136 chains. This chain here, without stretching or anything, it's measuring about 35 inches, which is about 89 centimeters. Now, at the end of this video, I'll give you the final size measurement of my baby blanket. You can easily adjust the size. The multiple here for your base chain needs to be multiples of 4. Okay, so here, to begin, like I said, I have 136 chains. Into the fourth chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, right here, I'm going to make 2 double crochets. Now, these 3 chains here at the beginning counts as 1 double crochet. So here at the beginning, I have 3 double crochets now. Now, I'm going to skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth chain here, I'm going to make a single crochet. Then I'm going to chain 3, and into this same chain here, I'm going to make 3 double crochets. Now again, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth chain, make 1 single crochet, chain 3, and into this same chain here, make 3 double crochets. Again, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth chain, make a single crochet, chain 3, and into this same chain make 3 double crochets. And this is all we're going to do to the end of this first row. One more time, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth chain make a single crochet, 3 chains, 3 double crochets, and that's all. Continue like this to the end of this first row. I will meet you there to show you how we're going to finish this first row. I'm here at the end of this first row. Up to here, I have a total of 33 shells. Now, I have 4 chains here at the end to finish. Into this last chain, we're going to make a single crochet. And this is how I finish the first row. Now, for the second row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Now, beginning on top of this first single crochet right here, make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Now, we have the first shell. We have 3 double crochets, and then we have 3 chains here. Into the third double crochet, this one here, insert your hook like this and make a front post single crochet, chain 3, And into this chain 3 space right here, insert your hook and make 3 double crochets. Again, we have the second shell, we have 3 double crochets. Into the third double crochet, insert your hook like this and make a front post single crochet, chain 3, and into the chain 3 space right here, make 3 double crochets. Again, we have the next shell. Into the third double crochet, make a front post single crochet, chain 3, and into the chain 3 space here, make 3 double crochets. This is all we're going to do for this second row. So continue like this and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this second row. Here at the end to finish, I have my last shell. I have 2 double crochets and then I have these 3 chains here. Now to finish, we're going to go right here in the middle of the 3 chains and the double crochet. So right here, insert your hook there and make a single crochet. And this is how I finish the second row. From here on, this is the row that we're going to repeat. We're going to repeat the second row. So for the third row, you need to chain 3 and turn. On top of this first single crochet right here, make 2 double crochets. And then we have the first shell. Into the third double crochet of this shell right here, make a front post single crochet, 3 chains, and then into the chain 3 space here of this same shell, make 3 double crochets. Now again, into the next shell, into the third double crochet, make a front post single crochet, chain 3, and into this chain 3 space, make 3 double crochets. This is all we're going to do for the rest of this third row. So continue, finish this third row, and I'll meet you at the end to once again show you how to begin and how to start each row from here on, and then you're going to continue on your own. I'm here at the end of this third row. Now to finish this row and all the rows to follow, you're just going to go here at the end. We have the 3 chains and then this double crochet. So right in the middle, insert your hook and make a single crochet. And that's how you're going to finish each row from here on. Now to start each row from here on, you're going to chain 3 and turn. Beginning on top of this single crochet here, make 2 double crochets. Then we have the first shell. Into the third double crochet, this one here, make a front post single crochet, chain 3, and into this chain 3 space here, make 3 double crochets. Again, we have the next shell. Into the third double crochet right here, make a front post single crochet, chain 3, and into this chain 3 space, make 3 double crochets. This is all we're going to do for the rest of this row, and this is the row that you're going to repeat from here on. Now, I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do, but continue watching. I'll let you know exactly how many rows I'm going to do for my baby blanket, so I will meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I'm almost done with my baby blanket. I'm just going to make one last row here, and I'm going to show you how to do this last row so that this part here is nice and straight so that we can add a beautiful border. So far, I have done 80 rows, so this would be row 81. If you want to make it longer, you can. Just make sure that you make this last row in the same way that I'm going to show you. Here, I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to turn immediately right into this single crochet, make 2 double crochets. And right on top of this first shell, into the third double crochet, make a single crochet. Now into the chain 3 space, make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And right on top of the next shell, into the third double crochet, make a single crochet. Again, into the chain 3, make 3 double crochets. And on top of the next shell, into the third double crochet, make a single crochet. And as you can see, it's nice and straight, so this is how we're going to work the last row. So continue. I'll meet you here at the end of this row 81 to give you the measurement as it is, and then we're going to continue on and make the border. I'm here at the end of row 81. Now here to finish, we're just going to go here in the middle between the chains and the double crochet and just make a single crochet. And here is row 81. As it is, the blanket is measuring about 36.25 inches long by 36.25 inches wide, which is about 92 centimeters by 92 centimeters. If you want to make your blanket bigger or smaller, you can make it whatever size you want. As it is without the border, that's what it's measuring. So now what we're going to do next is the border, and we're going to make single crochets all around. Now if you have more rows, less rows, you can still make this border on any blanket. The important thing is that you make the same number of single crochets along this side with the opposite side, and the same thing with the top and bottom. Make sure that you have the same number of single crochets. Now you don't necessarily have to have the same number for all four sides. The important thing is that the top and bottom match along with the sides. So that's the important thing. So here to continue, this is going to be the first row for the border. So what we're going to do is just single crochets all around. So if you have a blanket with any other stitch, this is easy. All you have to do is just single crochets. Normally what I do is if I have a single crochet at the end, I do one single crochet. If I have double crochets or chains, I normally do two single crochets. That way we don't have too many single crochets in this part here. So here to begin, chain one. Now I have this last single crochet that I did, make a single crochet here. Now we have these 3 chains here at the end. Here you're going to make 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now we have a single crochet at the end of the next row, make a single crochet, then make 2 single crochets, 1 for the single crochet. So 2 for the next row, and then 1 for the single crochet. And this is how you're going to continue until you come here to the first corner. This here is going to be my first corner, so I will meet you right here to show you how we're going to work each corner. Okay, I finished making these single crochets along this side. Now I have a total of 121 single crochets. Here is my first corner, so right into this corner stitch right here, insert your hook and make 5 single crochets. So into each corner we're going to make 5 single crochets. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now before we continue, we're going to mark the center here of this corner. So put a stitch marker into the 3rd single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So into the 3rd single crochet, put a stitch marker, and now we're going to continue for the bottom part. Now for the bottom part here, we have these chains, and then we have this single crochet, chain, single crochet. So into the chain space right here, you're going to make 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now into this single crochet here, make a single crochet, and then again make 3 single crochets into the chain 3 space. Now remember that here in the first row we had the chains, and then we did the first row of the pattern. So we did a single crochet, then skipped 3 chains, single crochet, skip 3 chains. So into the single crochet here stitch, make 1, and into the chains make 3. So this is how I'm going to continue here for this bottom part. So 1, 3, 1, 3, and so on until you come here to the second corner. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. I finished making these single crochets along the bottom part here. Now I have a total of 130 single crochets, not including these 5 here that we have for the first corner. So make sure that you have 130 single crochets. Now into this next space here, I'm going to make my second corner. So right here, make 5 single crochets. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now place a stitch marker here into the third single crochet to mark this second corner. Now we're going to continue along this side. Here we have chains and then single crochets, chain, single crochet. So we're going to make 2 1 2 1, exactly how we did the first side, and we're going to make sure to have 121 stitches. So into this next space here, into the chain space, make 2 single crochets, and into the single crochet make 1. And this is all I'm going to do for this side until I come here to the third corner. I will meet you right here to show you how we're going to make the third corner. Okay, I finished making these single crochets along this side. I have a total of 121 single crochets, not counting the 5 single crochets that we have for the second corner. Now here into this next stitch, I'm going to make my third corner. So right here, make 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now place a stitch marker here into the third single crochet to mark the third corner. And now we're going to continue along the top. For the top here, into each one of the double crochets, make a single crochet. And into the single crochet here, make a single crochet. And this is all we're going to do here. For the top part, we're going to have 130 single crochets, because for the bottom part we had 130 single crochets as well. So continue. I will meet you right here to show you how we're going to make the fourth corner. I finished making these single crochets along the top side. I have a total of 130 single crochets, not including the 5 single crochets that we have here for the third corner. So now into this next stitch here, I'm going to make my fourth corner. So here, make 5 single crochets. 5. Perfect. Now place a stitch marker to mark the third single crochet here. And to finish this first row, just join to the first single crochet with a slip stitch. Now here is the first row. At the end of this row, you should have 130 single crochets for the top and bottom, and 121 single crochets for both of the sides, including the stitches on each corner. You should have a total of 522 single crochets. Now for the second row here of the border, I'm going to chain 3. Now these 3 chains counts as 1 double crochet in this row. So now into this same stitch where we joined, I'm going to make a double crochet, and I'm going to continue and make 1 double crochet for each single crochet until I come to the first corner. This row is going to be easy. All you do is 1 double crochet for each single crochet until you come here to the 5 single crochets of the first corner. So I will meet you right here to show you how we're going to work each one of the corners. I finished making these double crochets along this side. Up to here I have 122 stitches. Remember that here at the beginning I did 3 chains, which counts as 1 double crochet. So for this side I have 122 double crochets. Now we have the first corner, we have 5 single crochets. Now into each one of these single crochets you're going to make 3 double crochets. So beginning into this first one, make 3 double crochets. Into the next 3 double crochets, and to the next 3 double crochets, and into the next 3 double crochets, and into the last single crochet of this corner, make 3 double crochets as well. So here for this corner you should have 15 double crochets. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. You're going to do exactly the same thing that I just did here for each corner. And for the stitches in between, all you do is just make 1 double crochet on each single crochet. So for the top, you're going to have 130, for the bottom 130, and for the other side 121. This is the only side that's going to have 122 stitches, and that is because once we add up all of the stitches here, I want to make sure that I have an odd number of stitches. That's why I'm counting the 3 chains here on this side as a stitch. So continue along, do the same thing as I did here. For each corner, you're going to make 3 double crochets for each one of the single crochets so that you end up with 15 double crochets on each corner. Finish this second row and then I'll come back and show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this second row. This is where we did double crochets all around, and on each one of the corners you should have 15 double crochets. Now to finish this row, go on top of the third chain here and join with a slip stitch. And here is the second row. If we count each one of these double crochets, you should have a total of 563 double crochets, including these 3 chains here at the beginning. Now I've cut my yarn, so just pass your yarn through this last loop. For the next couple rows, I'm going to switch to a slightly bigger hook size. I'm going to use this 5mm hook. You can continue with a 4.5, but what we're going to do next here are front post and back post double crochets, and they tend to shrink your work a bit. So if you have that problem, then go ahead and switch to a slightly bigger hook size. I'm going to do this from the beginning because I know that I am going to have that issues. So continue now with a slightly bigger hook size here. Now to begin, I'm going to go into the same stitch here where I joined, and I'm going to use this yarn here. This is Aran weight yarn. This is the brand Paint Box. Let's see, is there a color number? It's just this color number 231. It's Aran weight yarn, just like the main color here. I used Style Craft Special Aran, so they're the same weight. Now grab a loop here, chain 1, and into the first stitch here, which are the chains here, the first double crochet, make a front post double crochet. Into the next, a back post double crochet. Next one, front post double crochet. Next one, back post double crochet, and so on. For this third row, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to make front post and back post double crochets. Now when you come here to the corners, you're just going to continue with the pattern. Front post and back post double crochets on each one of the double crochets. So continue for this third row. I'll meet you here at the end. I finished making the third row. In this row we did front post and back post double crochets all around. Now here at the end, to finish the row, I just joined to the first double crochet with a slip stitch, cut my yarn and passed my yarn through that last loop. At the end of this third row, I also have 563 stitches. From here on, we're always going to have that number of stitches. Now for the fourth row, I'm going to change back to this main color here, so just insert your hook back into the first double crochet, grab a loop here, chain 1. Now if you're not changing color, then just chain 1 and then work these stitches exactly how they are. If it's a front post, make a front post double crochet. If it's a back post, then make a back post double crochet. And that's all you're going to do all around for this fourth row and going forward. Now I am going to be changing color for every row, so this is how I'm going to work the border here. So one row in this color and then the next row in this. So I'm going to continue on like that. Now I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do here, but all I'm going to do is front post and back post double crochets. So continue watching. I will let you know exactly how many rows I'm going to do for my blanket. So I will meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I'm almost done with the border. So far I have a total of 6 rows. Counting from the first row where we did double crochets, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows here. You can make maybe 2 or 3 more rows. I wouldn't recommend you making any more. What I'm going to do next here is just one last row. So to do this, I'm going to go back to the original hook size, the 4.5mm hook. You can continue with the 5mm. I just prefer the chains to be a little smaller. That's why I am going to go down half a hook size. So to begin this last row here, I'm going to go right here into the first double crochet. This is the same stitch that I joined as I was finishing the 6th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. So insert your hook there, grab a loop, bring it through, and here I am going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here you're going to skip one space and into the next space, not the top of the stitch, but in between the stitches, into the space, you're going to go in and make a slip stitch. Now chain 4 again, skip one space and into the next, make a slip stitch. Chain 4, skip one space and into the next, a slip stitch. And this is all we're going to do for this last row. So chain 4, skip one space and into the next, make a slip stitch. And that's how we're going to finish this part here, and that's how it looks. So continue like this all around. I will meet you here at the end. Now to finish here, just join to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut your yarn, and pass your yarn through that last loop, and that last row is going to be all done. So continue. I'll come back and give you the finished measurement and show you the finished baby blanket. I finished making this last row here at the end. I just joined to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and passed my yarn through that last loop. And the border is done along with the baby blanket. It's absolutely beautiful. Look how beautiful this looks. Here in the corner, I just added this bow. I just looked up on YouTube how to make bows, and based on that, I did this bow here. Now I just attached it here to the very corner with some thread. And here's the finished baby blanket. It's absolutely beautiful with the Crystal Waves crochet stitch pattern. Now stay tuned. I am working on another baby blanket, and I am going to add a different border, so stay tuned for that. Now let me give you the finished measurement. This blanket, as it is finished, including the border, it's measuring 39 inches by 39 inches. So that's the finished size. Now in the information box below, I'll go ahead and let you know how much yarn I used. At the moment, I don't know, but I'll leave that information in the information box below. Okay, so this was today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.